friends, welcome to Starlight and Stitches. Thank you so much for being here. If you like crochet and yarn and crochet book reviews, end of the month finished project videos, yarn hauls, all sorts of lovely wholesome crochet yarny goodness, if you like that, hit subscribe. Join my subscribers, come and join us. This is our very happy, positive place here on the internet. And my subscribers, they are the best. Ask them in the comments, they will tell you they are the best. We are all the best. So if you are one of us, hit subscribe, join us. Guys, I was supposed, this week should be my Good Vibes yarn clearance mystery bag haul, showing you what I've got. However, it's not arrived yet because they have got like massive backlog of orders, which is fine. When I thought about, right, what can I do instead of my Good Vibes yarn clearance mystery bag subscription, I thought, actually, when that comes, I've got nowhere to put it. Somebody a little while ago asked me to do like a tour of my yarn stash. So I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I could do that. And then somebody else asked me again quite recently. So today we are going to have a look through my yarn stash. Now, guys, what you see in the frame, this is a very, very small percentage of what I have. My house has literally been overtaken by yarn. I'm trying desperately to kind of get through some of it to make some space when like new stuff comes in and blah, blah, blah. I'm not very good at using up my yarn. I like having it. Buying yarn and using yarn are two different hobbies, which I have learnt. So obviously I've got my stack here. This is fairly all right. This is kind of stuff that I use and then refill and use and refill. I've got a whole other unit next to it. I've got a load of stuff on the bottom of it. I've got a load of stuff stacked on the top. There's a load of stuff all on this top shelf along here and a load of stuff behind these guys here. It's stacked up to the ceiling. There is a little unit just over the other side of my dining room, which is like some rubbishy plastic boxes, which are full of yarn. I've got a bag over there and I've got a little ottoman with stuff in over there. So we're going to go through it. We're going to have a look, see what I've got. And if you get any inspiration that you can say to me, oh my goodness, Alice, you should totally make an XYZ out of the yarn that was at 2 minutes and 2 seconds, whatever, because you can actually like tag a time in it now in your comments. When you comment down below, you can tag a time in the video. So if you see anything and you think, oh, I've got a really good idea for that, Alice should definitely do something out of that particular yarn, let me know. I desperately need inspiration. I'm going to take you through, I'm going to show you everything I've got. This is just like a little quick video here, so you can just get a brief glimpse into the enormity of what I have. This is just a small amount of what I've got. Shall we have a look? Let's have a look together. Give me your inspirational ideas, my friends, please. Right, let's go. Okay, so we'll start at this like thin unit here. This is, excuse my like washing hanging thing. This unit here. So currently I am using this CD rack holder thingy. It's holding all my Flutterby chunkies, which is great because it all fits in there nicely. And then if we look down the bottom here, then I've got some other kind of like chunky yarns. So this is fine. I can come back and use these and again replenish them as and when I feel like it. If we move along to this one, this unit here, excuse me, just going to move my chair out the way. So this is where I keep all of my what is it, Starcraft Special Chunky, and this is my favourite yarn to use as my kind of basic yarn. So I've got all the colours all in there. I have got a few gaps and I have run out of a couple of colours, so eventually I will reorder them and get them back in place. So this is not a problem. If we look above, right, so what we've got here, I've got a nice bag here. This is Evie Prints. It's really, really soft yarn. I've got it in this colour and then I've got this beautiful tealy green. I'm not going to pull it out because it will all fall apart. That box there, you can see, drops cotton and drops of muscat. That's all in that box. And then in this box, these are some random yarns that I have got from yarn hauls, but it kind of goes all the way back. So there's some yarn in there. There's some yarn in there. There's some yarn in there. That's my Starcraft Special Chunky. And then if we come down, I have got here, this is my Sheep G's yarn. I like this a lot. They do some colours that I can't get in my Starcraft, so that's kind of my space for them. These sort of neon DK packs, I bought these specifically for a project. I wanted to make a neon and black to the floor granny square cardigan. I ordered them about a year ago and I haven't even really started doing it yet. So I've got those. They are a DK yarn. Down the bottom here, this is a mismatch of all sorts of bits and pieces. Look at all this fluff and dust. I have just had a little reorganise because I've just put that CD unit together. So all the fluff and stuff's come out from underneath. Don't worry, I will hoover it later. So what we've got, I've got some DK yarns here. There's my black to go with those bits, and then I've got a bunch of stuff that I have got from oh, that's my Elise Velluto stuff. That's like the extra fluffy stuff. Some Party Time chunky there and there. That is from a mystery bag, I believe. Those I actually ordered because I thought they looked really pretty. That is an Ogo donut, which was sent to me by the lovely Kathleen. So this is kind of like a mix and match. Haven't got anywhere else to put these. Down the side of the unit here, you can see peeping out, these are some mesh bag, what's the word? Like the bases that I used for my bags. So they're kind of stuffed down the side. So that's really beautiful. So that is like the first couple of units that I have got. Don't really need an awful lot of ideas for these because I use these all the time anyway. It's these kind of things down the bottom. Any ideas that you guys have for anything here? So let's move on to the main unit. Hi Poo Ball, which sits next to this one. So this is like my dresser, and it looks all right. I suppose it's a bit messy, and then you get to that on the top. What the heck have I done? Why have I got so much yarn? What is wrong with me? Right, loads of cakes up here and a few kind of funky monkey yarns in the middle. Where is it? There. Loads of cakes. Mandala cakes, Aldi yarn cakes, sparkly cakes. I love them. I mean, they're beautiful, but my goodness me, how much yarn does one person need? I've got a bunch of Elements canvas cakes and some mandala tweed. I like those very, very much. So yarn cakes stacked on the top of that unit. Up here, so this is the top shelf of the unit behind some of my friends. I'm not going to move my little amigurumi friends. I've got all my infinity hearts. This is the stuff that I bought from Rito Hobby a little while ago. So there's a whole bunch of that. And then again, another load of stuff that I've just stuffed in. This is kind of like a sparkly blue yarn. These are like the cottonish ones. I love these. Beautiful colours, don't know what to do with them. Some more kind of variegated yarns here. This is like a lemony yarn with some funky bits in. I used some of this for the Fair and Square initiative, making squares for blankets for the homeless. But I haven't used it all up. I've got some thin yarn that I got in a Knitting Networks yarn haul mystery box thing. And then again, these kind of yarns here, again, they're quite thin. They're not really my kind of thing, but they're nice yarns. Got a beautiful yarn arts one here. That was from Wendy Stanbury when we did our yarn swap, and I love that, but I don't know what to do with it. Okay, so that's fine. That's like another whole row of stuff. The Infinity Hearts, it is quite a thin cotton, but I use it for smaller projects. So this middle shelf is fine. There is no yarn there, but if we take a little look behind my friends, they're falling on the floor. That is stuffed to the brim with yarn behind there. So if I just move some of these guys out the way, you can go on the table, guys. I have got all sorts of, oh no, everyone's falling on the floor, all sorts of random balls of yarn. There's some random DK yarns there. Again, some more variegated yarns, a few plain colours. Aggie, if I could just move you there, darling. Thank you. We have got these ones. This yarn I absolutely love. I bought a bunch of this. I made a cushion cover out of it, and then I loved it so much I haven't found the right project to make with it. These are all variegated yarns. There's like ice creamy sort of yarns there. Some thinner, that's a cotton yarn. That's an acrylic, but again, it's really, really nice. Some sparkly ones. Gonna have to move some more friends out the way to show you the rest. Oh gosh. And then I've got some cakes, and then behind the cakes there's some more cakes, This is lovely. I've forgotten I had that. I don't know what to do with it, but I've forgotten I had it. So, yeah, now I've shifted everything out the way, you can kind of see the magnitude of the unit. It is intense, very, very intense. So this is the next little stashing spot. You'll have to excuse my ring lights there because it's plugged into the plug there. So I've got this kind of, these drawer units, and also next to it is my daughter's very untidy desk. Don't look at that. This is my drawers of other stuff. So at the top here, I have got, this is my, I do have a blocking board. I started to try and get ideas for different types of granny squares that I might be able to use for that neon and black granny square cardigan. I don't like these, so I'm not going to be using them. Blocking board. I've got a whole box of Knit and Pearl amigurumi yarn. There's 72 balls in there. This one here, I have got just the melange roving yarn. I think these have all come in Good Vibes Yarn mystery clearance bags. So I've got a bunch of red, some cream there, and some of the greeny coloured one. I did use some for my socks that I made at Christmas time, but they're there. Oh look, Good Vibes Yarn sticker. The next drawer here, these are, excuse me, these are the yarns that I bought from AliExpress, I believe, to make bags. And then I never finished making bags because nobody was buying them, so I stopped making them. I have actually got under here some bases for bags already made up. These are just the crochet ones. They're not used using a mesh plastic base, but I stopped making them because nobody bought them, so there was no point in making them because I don't need handbags made out of every colour under the sun because I don't use them very often. This drawer has got, right, these are the yarns that I use for bags using the plastic mesh bases. So they're kind of like they're filled, so they're circular, and then they've got like a filling inside there. They are great for making handbags, but again, bought the yarns and then stopped making because nobody was buying them. And again, I don't need a bunch of handbags, and obviously some extra cakes there. I've got some random cakes in here. Don't know why they're in there. Some funky colours, another tweedy one. This one, I used some of this again to make some socks at Christmas. And then we have got this drawer, again, the chunky bag yarn, some more Aldi cakes, for goodness sake. And then in this bottom drawer, buttons, very fine yarn, little Starlight and Stitches things. I don't put on anything because nobody buys anything. Handbag chains, key rings, all that sort of stuff is in that bottom one. This little, let me show you this. This little button box, this was my nana's, and it's got a load of buttons in there. I got that from my nana's when she passed away. I had her button box. So that is that messy unit, which goes with the rest of the messy house. Let's look at the next one. This is just a quick one in the corner. There's a scuff on the wall there from my light. These are a load of blankets that I've made that I couldn't get rid of. And then in here, in this big bag, that is all Aldi baby yarn in all different colours. I'm not going to pull it out, but it's quite a big bag and it goes all the way back to the wall. So there's more yarn in there and games and stuff. Yeah, fun times. Inside this coffee table is even more stuff. Would you like to have a look inside? Okay. So this unit, it doesn't actually get opened very often, so I do forget what I've got in here. I've got this knitting machine that I got from Amazon, and on the pictures it said it was a Centro, and it wasn't a Centro, it's a cheap imitation, and I tried using it and it was absolutely rubbish. And then I tried to return it and the company weren't there anymore, so that's fun. That was a massive waste of money. Underneath, oh, I can't pull that out. These are some scarves that I made that, again, didn't sell, so they're just sat in here because I can't do anything else with them. I've got some lovely bag accessories in here that was given to me by one of my amazing subscribers. All kinds of like bag handles and bases, things like that. It's another scarf. Some organza bags, very good. What's in here? A bunch of DK yarns in there that I don't know what to do with. Nice colours though. this is, what is this? Stuffing. That's stuffing. That's stuffing. Is that actually it? Did I clear this out? That's not bad, actually. That's not bad. The only yarn in here then is that. Okay, that's a lot better than I thought. So, yarn in there. Also, I've got yarn down there. That's obviously Little Miss Temperature Snake and my yarn basket. But that's not as bad as I thought in there. So there you go. That's my yarn stash. So when you see me in my little corner here every week, what you see is not everything. It's kind of got a bit out of hand. I do love collecting yarn and I love beautiful yarn. I just need to kind of get myself into more of a habit of using up the stuff that I've got. I've been really good with not buying a lot of yarn and not doing like big yarn hauls. I get my clearance bags every month. And actually last month, I've used all of the clearance yarn that I got from Good Vibes Yarn before the next one's even arrived. So I'm really happy with that. I just need to know what to do with all the rest of it. My house is not very big. I don't have a lot of space and it's kind of taking over. It's nice and colourful, which is good. It does brighten the place up a bit, but as you can see, it kind of, yeah, it's a bit crazy. I don't know if any of you were interested in this at all. I know at least 2 of you were because you asked me for this video. But give me some ideas, give me some suggestions. Excuse the messy state of my house. It is like this. This is a creative house. Myself and my daughter, both very creative people. It is a clean house, but it is a messy clean house. So that's just how we roll. We have fun. We have a lot of fun and we have a lot of creative times. My dining table has like a little space where we eat and then the rest of it's covered in coloured pencils and pens and paper, and I've got a little ball of yarn in one corner. So it's just kind of how our life is. We like it. We do like our organised chaos, I think it is. So all my yarns. Give me some inspiration, give me some ideas. I'm trying to use it up. So if you see like loads of massive projects from me, it's because I'm trying to like triple my yarn up and use it up quicker. It's working. That's how I managed to use all my Good Vibes yarn stuff. Anyway, I'm just kind of waffling now. So that was my yarn stash tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how your yarn stash is getting on. Are you managing to work your way through it, or is it getting out of hand like mine? Ta-da! Look after yourselves, lovely ones. Look after yourselves and look after your loved ones. And I will see you next week. Hopefully I haven't drowned in a pool of yarn. Ah! Love you all. Mwah. Have a great week. Bye-bye.